Yo, what's up, guys? You got PokeaimMD here with episode 1 of my new VGC 2015 Road to Rank. Now, if you actually are a returning subscriber, you know very well that this is not episode 1. But if you've actually watched today's, and yes, I mean today's update video, you know that I'm doing a whole revamp of my channel. So we're going to start this off with episode 1. As you can see, I have face cam. I want to give a shout out to my boy Miguel for the purple box that I am around. I want to give a shout out for myself for my awesome Drop a Draco hoodie. Also, shout out to obviously Pedro who made the design. I love this hoodie, by the way, just saying. But yeah, we're going to be taking on the Battle Spot ladder. Now, for those of you that don't know, I'm on Battle Spot. I'm on the doubles rated challenge, and this is the team I'm going to be using. It has Mega Heracross, Choice Specs Rotom Heat, Citrus Berry, Suicune, Lumberry, Terrakion, I believe, Leftovers, Aegislash, and Life Orb Hydreigon, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Actually, no, it's Safety Goggles, Aegislash, and Life Orb Hydreigon. Now, this team I found on the Smogon forums, on the VGC thread. I'll probably link that down below, way down below in the description. That way, if you guys want to check it out, you guys can. But my goal with this series is, and since this is the beginning, I'm actually a little bit low. I'm actually only at 1600 right now. But my opponent has a very interesting team. I'm not gonna knock it until after everything goes. But let me actually show the team, that way you guys can see at least. Make it a little bit better for you guys. Let me edit this a little bit. Well, whatever. You guys already know what I have. Obviously, as this goes on, I'll edit it. Maybe I'll have the bottom screen showing somewhere as the actual thing is, and I'll have like a whole layout going. But this is just a test, really, to see how we do this and how I'm going to do this. But yeah, it looks like my opponent is very, very weak to Mega Heracross. He does have Aegislash, which is why I want to bring Rotom Heat. I actually really like the Suicune plus Heracross lead, just because I can get off a Tailwind and basically outspeed his entire team. And then I really, really like Hydreigon in the back, as Hydreigon deals with Aegislash, as well as can just drop Dracos on his entire team. And Terrakion actually looks pretty good here too, because it also gives me that check to Charizard, as well as potential Umbreon. So I think I'm going to go with that. We'll see how we do. I'll probably get a couple battles in this first episode, just because I'm not sure where my opponent's skill level is just yet. And yeah, I hope you guys all enjoy. This is a little bit new for me. I'm not really too used to doing face cam so much, but everything's work in progress. But at least Suicune and Heracross, like I said, as I'm looking right there because I do have the OBS right in front of me, as you guys probably can't tell. But I'm going to be looking down a couple times because, my DS is right in front of me as well. I think I want to Mega Evolve and go right for Protect with my Heracross. And actually, I don't think there's any point in Mega Evolving just yet. I'm just going to go for Protect with Heracross. I'm not going to Mega Evolve just because I'm not going to need it. Might as well keep my speed just in case. And then I'll just go right for the Tailwind with my Suicune. I see no reason not to. I know for a fact that my Suicune can take one Solar Beam plus potential Dragon Claw from Garchomp, just because it's Suicune. Suicune is one of my favorite Pokemon, and it's insanely bulky anyway. But I anticipate him to Solar Beam into the Suicune slot and maybe go for Rock Slide with Garchomp, which would be a little bit annoying, just because Rock Slide can obviously flinch. But this should be a good turn for me, assuming he doesn't flinch me. He goes right for Earthquake, which I don't mind too much. It's a spread move. My Suicune is very physically bulky, so it's not going to do too much anyway. Yeah, that does nothing, as he does Solar Beam right into that Suicune slot. And thankfully he went for no moves that can flinch me. So I should be able to live this, bar a crit. Wow, I live with 1 HP. Holy crap. Okay, that was a lot less. That did a lot more than I expected it to. But I'm going to be able to get off my Tailwind right here, which is really nice because I do have 4 turns of Tailwind. This is the 4th turn, so I do have 3 more turns of Tailwind. Now, what I'm actually going to do is Mega Evolve my Heracross now and go right for Rock Blast onto the Charizard slot. I'm not sure if he's familiar with what Heracross does, but I'm going to make the safest play, which is Ice Beam the Garchomp slot and Mega Evolve and go for Rock Blast onto the Charizard slot. Yes, he could pull back into Aegislash, but I don't really mind that too much because I do have Hydreigon in the back and I can always Protect. So this is my 4th turn, or the 3rd turn of Tailwind right now that I'm going to be using, so you do want to keep count when you're using Tailwind. This is a series where I learn, but also where I try to help you guys out as well. But just going to Mega Evolve and Protect. Let's see what actually ends up happening. or Mega Evolve and Rock Blast, excuse me. He does protect with the Charizard, best play possible. Probably does a double protect right here, but he does not. So I will be able to get off this Ice Beam onto the Garchomp slot. Not sure if it's going to be enough to take it out, because even though it is 4 times weak, he could be running a Focus Sash, as he actually is, and he ends up going right for the Earthquake again. I don't think he'll be able to pick off my Suicune, honestly. I really don't. Not at 52 per HP. No way, it's a spread move. But it actually does knock out my Suicune, surprisingly enough. But that doesn't matter too much, because at this point, I can just go right out into Hydreigon, honestly. And Hydreigon's going to do some work right here. Now, I only have 2 turns of Tailwind left, so of course I have to abuse it. I anticipate him to switch out with his Charizard, and I think I'm going to make a prediction, figuring he'll predict the... my easy Rock Blast into the Charizard slot. He should know I outspeed him. I'm going to go right for the Pin Missile onto the Garchomp, knocking him out. And then I'll just go right for Dark Pulse into the Charizard slot, anticipating him to want to pull back into Aegislash to take on the Charizard. Like, what I anticipate him to do right now is maybe protect the Garchomp and then pull back Charizard into Aegislash. So I'm actually going to go for the Dark Pulse on the Charizard slot. It's a bit risky, but he does seem to pull back, so we'll see if this actually works out for me. Hopefully it's not Umbreon. It's actually Ditto, unfortunately. So Ditto is going to trace my Imposter, and it will resist, or it's going to copy me, so it will resist any move that I go for, unfortunately. He does protect with his Garchomp, so, you know, I called that right. I called the switch right, but maybe he just didn't bring Aegislash this game, which would be completely fine. At this point, though, my best bet is just Rock Blasting the Garchomp slot, honestly. I know for a fact that the Hydreigon cannot touch my Heracross with anything bar like a Draco Meteor, which wouldn't be able to knock me out. Like, so I'm just going to drop a Draco on the Hydreigon. I believe it's a Speed type if he's running a Choice Scarf, or on his Ditto, rather, the Hydreigon. I believe it's a Speed type if he's running a Choice Scarf, just because... Actually, no, it's not. Psh, what am I saying? He traces my speed. He doesn't trace my Tailwind. So I'm just going to drop a Draco onto the Hydreigon slot and Rock Blast into the Garchomp slot, just in case he randomly wants to pull that back out into Charizard, trying to dodge a Rock Blast or a Pin Missile. But Arcanine ends up coming out, or trying to dodge a Pin Missile or a Close Combat. Arcanine ends up coming out. Going to get off that Intimidate on my Heracross. This is the final turn of Tailwind, though. But I should be able to drop a Draco right into that Hydreigon. It does thankfully connect, and we already saw all of my opponent's Pokemon, so I'm feeling really confident right now, because even though Tailwind is going to end at the end of this turn, it's going to drop, just like that Draco. I have Terrakion in the back. Garchomp is at 1 HP, outspeeds Garchomp. Charizard will die, and Arcanine is already taking this prior damage, so even though Arcanine is you know, typically a bulkier spread in VGC, it's not going to take a Rock Blast. Definitely not. So Tailwind is going to appear out right here, so I do anticipate him to bring out his Garchomp. That way he can get rid of my Hydreigon, which is, you know, the fine play, honestly. Yeah, Garchomp is going to come out. Now, I actually think my Mega Heracross might be able to outspeed his Arcanine. I'm not entirely sure, but what I'm going to do is just go for the Close Combat onto the Garchomp slot and protect with my Hydreigon. A little bit risky, but... at the same time, I don't think it matters too much. I don't want him Dragon Clawing my Hydreigon slot with his Garchomp and knocking him out. And what I want to try and do is pick off the KO on the Garchomp. So either way, I do have Terrakion in the back, which I'm really safe with. As long as I keep Hydreigon plus Terrakion alive, I think I win, even though I am -2. So he does Dragon Claw right into that slot, as he Will-O-Wisp into my Heracross slot. Really unfortunate that he misses, but I don't think it mattered so much. I mean, if he didn't want to miss, he could have used Ember. But I don't think it mattered so much, just because I was able to do what I wanted to do that turn, which was get rid of the... it was to get rid of the Garchomp right there. So Garchomp is going to go down, and that should basically ensure my victory. I don't want to say that just yet, just because it is, you know, a premature, you know, claim. But his Charizard is going to go down. Like, at this point, I can just click. I can literally just click. I can literally just click Close Combat into the Arcanine slot and Earth Power into that slot with my Hydreigon. He can't get rid of my Hydreigon right here. Not with one move anyway. And I want Heracross to go down. That way I can get the free switch into my Terrakion. Terrakion going to be able to come in and honestly just clean up the game. Alternatively, I could Dark Pulse the Charizard slot. He actually misses. He actually misses my Hydreigon. So I guess it could be a little bit crappy for me if he does have Morning Sun on his Arcanine. I know they run Snarl, Will-O-Wisp, a Fire move. I'm not sure if they run Morning Sun, just because I'm a little bit inexperienced with this. But I'm able to knock it out with the -2 Earth Power. Crazy. As, like I said, I have Terrakion left in the back. What I actually want to do though is I want to try and get rid of chance as much as possible. So what I'm meaning is that I don't want a Rock Slide miss to cost me the game. So I'm actually going to protect my Terrakion just to stall out a few more turns and go for a Draco on his Charizard just to do a bit more damage to him. I'm pretty sure he's just going to go right for the Solar Beam onto my Terrakion slot anyway. So if I can, you know, limit the amount of turns that hacks can get in the rate of the game. Obviously, it's been a little bit hacksy. I'm thinking that it'll work out for me. So I'm going to drop a -2 Draco on this dude. It won't be able to knock out Charizard unless I get a crit, obviously. But it still does a decent amount, not going to lie. And we also did stall out another turn of the Sun. So I'm thinking I can just go right for Close Combat right here and just drop another Draco on that Charizard. Close Combat plus Draco will be able to knock it out. Granted, I am risking the Draco missing, but like I said, Close Combat plus Draco will be able to knock it out. And what I tried to do was limit the chances of hacks getting in the way, because chances are he's still going to Solar Beam my Terrakion slot, and either way I can just go right for the Draco. Of course, if Draco misses, I guess I could be in a bad situation if he crits me and I miss another Draco after. But I didn't expect it to do that much, so maybe I should have went for the Dark Pulse anyway. But Draco does thankfully connect, and his Charizard is going to go down. So pretty good first game. Definitely a bit hacksy. I don't think the Will-O-Wisp miss mattered too much, honestly. Suicune clutch though, living on 1 HP. So let's actually look for another game right after that, just because we're climbing. Am I at 1600 anymore? I think I'm at like 1584, something like that. Not entirely sure. Maybe 1600. Not sure. But I'm not going to save that battle. We already experienced it live. Why would I save it? But I do want to continue battling. And I'm glad that I got to drop so many Dracos. Actually, I might be using my battle box right now. You already know though, that Confuse Ray Crobat, that in-game Crobat. Ooh. Nah, but we're gonna use our party, of course. And I really like this team because I really think Mega Heracross is such a cool Pokemon. Granted, Aegislash is one of the most common Pokemon and best Pokemon in VGC, and Mega Heracross can't usually touch it at all. But I still think it's a really cool mon, especially because this team has Life Orb Hydreigon, its own Aegislash, a Snarl Suicune, and a Specs Rotom, all to deal with the Pokemon that Mega Heracross does not like at all. So I really want to experience more with this team. And if you're new to how I do this, I try to upload 2 of these a week, and I use the same team. So just because I feel like it's also a learning experience for me as I play, and I feel like I learned the team better as I play. But we got a Hail team, a really cool one, by the way. I'm definitely bringing Mega Heracross. It mercs everything. Granted, this is the beginning of the ladder, but I'm gonna keep showing every single game that I play as I keep going. That way I get better and better opponents as we go. But Mega Heracross completely destroys my opponent. Holy crap. Mega Heracross plus Terrakion completely destroy my opponent. So I'm definitely bringing both of those. I really like Hydreigon in the back because it also kills everything on his team. And then since I basically deal with everything, this could be Trick Room. It's looking like Trick Room because I could definitely see it being Trick Room Jellicent plus Trick Room Cresselia. So I actually like Hydreigon plus Heracross as the first two, because that seems to be the best way to prevent Trick Room no matter what. And I like Terrakion in the back just because it deals with Heracross. I mean, it deals with Abomasnow, excuse me, and also Heatran. But at the same time, I kind of like Suicune just for its bulk. But then again, Suicune did not touch Aegislash, so I'm actually going to put, or Jellicent, sorry. I always mix up my words. But I'm actually going to put Aegislash as my second to last slot, and then Terrakion in the back. I don't think I really need speed control in this game, just because my opponent doesn't have the most fast Pokemon on the team. And Hydreigon's a good lead because it actually has Earth Power, so I can, well, I can't OHKO his Heatran because he might be running Sugar Berry, which is pretty common on Heatran nowadays. It will do a hell of a lot. As my door just dropped, and what are you doing? Oh, sorry, someone just walked in, so I'm just seeing what he's doing. But this is taking a while to load. Why is it on this black screen? Did my DS freeze? I have no idea if my DS actually just froze, but it's on a black screen, so I don't know if it's loading or not. Okay, I'm gonna pause it if anything, and we'll find out what happened. So we'll be right back. So for some reason it just took forever to load. Holy crap. I have no idea why it was I have no idea why I was so black for so long. But in any case, this is a really nice lead matchup for me. because I can potentially just get a kill right here. My opponent's lagging. Like, the internet's really bad on my opponent's side, I'm thinking. Just because this game is going to... It feels like it's going to take forever. Look how long it took for the Abomasnow's ability to come out. Man, the lag. But in any case, I'm thinking my best bet... I can just get a kill right here, honestly. And what is the bigger threat to my team? I'm definitely going to... Well, I'm going to get a kill right here. So, I'm going to Mega Evolve my Heracross, and... it's either do I want to kill Glaceon or do I want to kill Abomasnow? What is the bigger threat to the Pokemon I have in the back? Abomasnow will hit hard, so will Glaceon though. I think I'm going to Pin Missile the Abomasnow slot and just protect my Hydreigon. While I could bring it back into my Terrakion. I'm not sure if Terrakion will appreciate taking a Specs Blizzard. And Mega Heracross is really bulky anyway. I know I will be able to outspeed his team unless he's running a Scarf. A Scarf Glaceon, which I've never seen, but Pin Missile just seems like the best play into Abomasnow, just in case he goes Jellicent or something with any of his members, and that's why I want to keep in Hydreigon, because Hydreigon can prevent Jellicent from going for a Trick Room, and Heracross has a little bit of trouble dealing with Hydreigon anyway, but he does withdraw his Abomasnow, so maybe I should have... oh, he withdraws into Cresselia, probably expecting the Fire move or the Close Combat, or even the Rock Blast, but I'm glad that I went for Pin Missile into that slot. So, unfortunately, my opponent ends up disconnecting. It says communication with the opponent has dropped, but maybe he saw the moves before me, but obviously we're just going to see the moves play out right here. So, he has a Scarf. He is actually a Scarf Glaceon. Wow. Either that or he's just really, really fast. Pretty sure he's Scarf, but... I'm going to be able to get off this Pin Missile on the Cresselia. It is going to hit 5 times, but like I said, my opponent ended up disconnecting, so it doesn't really make a difference. And I'm not even sure, is he Safety Goggles Cresselia? Because I haven't seen him pop a Citrus just yet. But holy crap, man. Cresselia almost goes down to the Poison that turn. That's ridiculous. I mean, Hail. Poison, where am I? But, yeah, unfortunately, it seems my opponent has disconnected, as you can see, right there. I hope that doesn't count me as a loss. I'm not quite sure how that works, but I do want to continue battling. So, I want to get one more game, definitely before I go. I don't know, man. That battle box is looking pretty nice. But we're gonna look for another game, and again, I really like the combination of Heracross plus Hydreigon because they get rid of what it's threatened. Like Heracross was just fighting. We're really getting 1,500 players today. Only 1,500. That's fine though. We're on the bottom, or we're not as high as we could be. I'm gonna call this live started from the bottom. But in any case, my opponent's team is really... This is cool. I like it's cool. I like that apparently, what is it, the Pentagon rules changed or something? Like you don't need a Pentagon anymore. I'm gonna lead off with Terrakion because Terrakion honestly just matches up so well versus 5 out of 6 of my opponent's teams. The only thing I don't think I can OHKO would be like his Marowak. So because of that, I really like the combination of Terrakion plus Hydreigon honestly seems good too. But Heracross I think seems great because he doesn't seem to have a way that he could deal with me unless he has like Mega Aerodactyl with Aerial Ace, something like that. So I like the Heracross plus Terrakion lead. In the back, I think I want Hydreigon and Suicune, just because Suicune is really bulky and I can get up a Tailwind and completely outspeed his entire team. Suicune can set up on Masquerain, it can set up on Stegolyph, it can set up on Sudowoodo. So just because my opponent doesn't have the most standard team, I'm not gonna like underestimate them. I'm gonna do what I can to win. So obviously we'll see how we do, but Terrakion plus Heracross just seems like the best lead in general. Doesn't give me an electric weakness for his doesn't give me an electric weakness for his it looks like he has Tailwind of his own, by the way. It doesn't give me an electric weakness for his Galvantula, if you want to read that. I'm actually going to switch out my my Terrakion and go out into my Hydreigon right here, and what I am going to do is just Mega Evolve with my Heracross and go right for Rock Blast onto the Aerodactyl slot. I'm expecting him just to go for Tailwind. I haven't seen Tailwind Aerodactyl in so long, actually, since 2014, so you know, it's just a year. But I expect him to Tailwind and maybe protect with his Marowak. I think that's the play he'll make, or go right for Earthquake, just because he knows he could take a hit. But I think protect is what we're seeing. But he actually ends up being Mega Aerodactyl, so we might just lose a Pokemon right here. My Heracross might just die. Definitely should have taken that into account. I feel like I should have brought Age Slash then, but at the same time, it wouldn't help me with his. It wouldn't help me with Marowak, which is something I was scared of, but definitely would help me with this. But we'll see. He actually goes for Hone Claws, huh? Yo, this Rock Blast better hit. Holy crap, please hit. Please actually hit. Thank God. I would have been in a really bad position if this Rock Blast did not hit. Because of Skill Link, I'm obviously going to hit 5 times. So Aerodactyl is going to go down. And there's no chance of a Citrus Berry because it's a Mega. But holy crap, man. That could have actually been bad. Just because he get a Rock Slide flinched me to death. I expect him to Earthquake with his Marowak. Yep. That's not going to do too much to my Heracross. Excuse me. My eye was hurting. That's not going to do too much to my Heracross. And obviously, Hydreigon dodges that because of Levitate. So, Sigilyph is going to come out. I'm just going to kill that with the Dark Pulse from my Hydreigon and go for the Pin Missile onto his Marowak. I don't want to go for Close Combat because I don't want to get the defense drops. Honestly, Sigilyph is going to go right down. Like, there's no way it's surviving this unless it's Focus Sash, which I could see happening. I've actually run Sigilyph with Focus Sash in the OU tier. But like I said, guys, we're starting from the bottom again. This is going to be episode 1, and from here on out, you know, I'm just going to be showing you guys my entire climb. And hopefully the ladder doesn't reset anytime soon again. But yeah, you know, hopefully by the end of this, I am high ranked, or at least know VGC a lot better. I guess he could Fire Punch or Ice Punch with his Marowak if he wants to. Goes for Rock Slide, probably his best bet to hit them. It's not going to do too much to either of my Pokemon. Actually, I did a decent amount. Not gonna lie, considering it's not Stab. But Galvantula is gonna come out, and I believe I can just go right for the Dark Pulse on Marowak and just Rock Blast onto that Galvantula. I think that my last 2 Pokemon. Actually, no, I'm gonna dual target his Galvantula, because even though my last 2 Pokemon can deal with it per se, I don't want like Rock Slide misses on Marowak, because I'm thinking that whatever happens now, I'll just go for Rock Slide miss. But or I just go for Rock Slide to win the game. But yeah, he does Bug Buzz my Hydreigon, so it's good that I went for Rock Blast, honestly. I hope he goes for Earthquake and kills his Galvantula. But yeah, I really I do connect, so I definitely win, because in the back I do have Suicune as well as my Terrakion. I can just click Close Combat. Marowak cannot do anything to me at all, and it should be game. Should definitely be game. I mean, this is a single target move right now, so I think Rock Slide would do a little bit more, but I don't think he'll knock me out. Yeah, Mega Heracross is so bulky, so I want to win with Suicune being on the field. It is one of my favorite Pokemon ever, so might as well, you know, try. And I want to win with Suicune, so I'm just going to go for Scald with Suicune. I'm going to go right for Scald. And I'm going to protect my Heracross because I don't want it to attack. I really just want to win with Suicune. It's like my favorite Pokemon of like all time. So just going to go right for Scald with my Suicune, and I will be able to win the game right there. We're just going to leave it at that. I think 3 battles is fine. The next episode, we will be even higher up on the ladder, so hopefully we get even stronger opponents. And yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. So thank you everybody for watching. Feel free to leave a like if you're not a fish, and and yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that, guys. So later.